Hey guys, it's Amber from the Film Magic, and today I'll be reviewing Cherry. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe if you want to see more film content. So Cherry is a film directed by the Russo brothers, and it's about a disenfranchised young man who gets himself into an unfortunate series of events which inevitably leads him into debt, and he has to end up robbing banks to make money. So this film is an adaptation of the book Cherry by Nico Walker, and I feel like right off the bat that in itself gave the film so much potential to be great, but as you're going to hear, I was disappointed by the film. So I would have to say the highlight of the film was definitely the performances. There were still parts of the film where I thought that the actors weren't given enough resources to allow their performances to flourish, like the dialogue and some of the editing styles. And it kind of made me feel bad for the actors, especially Tom Holland, because he has such a notorious role as Spider-Man, so it's difficult to escape that frame from the audience's eyes. Ciara Bravo's performance, I feel like she was on the edge of giving a really great performance, but the dialogue just reeled her back in, and it was just too flashy for the narrative she was trying to portray. I appreciate some of the style choices they were trying to go for, but they just weren't executed well enough. Like, for example, the narration that Holland's character gives throughout the film, at times it felt really patronizing, because I feel like narration is only effective when the character is telling us something that we don't already know, and in Cherry everything that he tells us is so abundantly clear that the audience just feels a bit belittled. Narration can be done really well, and it can help the audience gather some of the hints and the subtext. I'm thinking of films like Fight Club and The Wolf of Wall Street, where it made the characters even more engaging, but here it just didn't work. There are obviously some scenes in the film that I did enjoy, but they were just so outweighed by the other scenes that I felt the characters were just talking and nothing was enticing or engaging, and it just felt like time was going on forever and ever. The runtime is about 2 hours and 20 minutes. I don't have a problem with longer films. Normally I can like sit through a 3-hour film and watch it, but this film, by like an hour and a half, I felt like I needed to switch it off. There was nothing persuading me to carry on watching it. The story just flopped from after he returned back from the war. The film just fizzled out, and it was just kind of like watching a series of events that didn't flow together properly and weren't connected. Yeah, the pace of the film didn't really feel natural, and it felt more like I was watching like a series, like an actual TV series, and I was just binging like 10 episodes, the way that things weren't connected with each other. The tone kept jumping from like a cynical tone to a tragedy to a resolution, and it took that cyclical route like over and over and over again, and it was really just disorientating. I think the directors had the right intention when making the film. I've seen interviews where they are discussing that what they deal with in the film is a big issue, and they wanted to explore it more and give it more screen time, because they don't really see it being dealt with on film as much as they'd like to. But didn't really change their cinematic and stylistic approach from their MCU franchise, which I think is effective in that frame, but in this film where they're dealing with heavier subjects, they needed to change it a bit. There are films that deal with the same issue in a cynical and witty manner, like Trainspotting, for example. They have that contrast of banter and darkness that gave severity to the situation without being overly flashy, but I feel like Cherry missed that mark and didn't find a common ground, because it was overly extravagant and it left me feeling really hollow and emotionally distant from the film. There were points where I could see what the Russo brothers were trying to go for in terms of their cinematography and editing, and there were shots that I really visually appreciated, but most of the time the style choices just left me feeling dismal. And being honest, I wouldn't really recommend this film to my friends or just other people. I felt like I could have gone without watching it. It was interesting to see the next step Tom Holland's career would take after his appearance in the Marvel films, but I don't think this film is anything that I haven't seen before, and yeah, again, it wasn't well executed in its final run. Thanks for watching this review on the film Cherry. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and let us know what review you'd like to watch next. Have a great day.